Hey everybody, Gunnison Undercover here. Today is Sunday, January 26, 2020. The month is almost over. Where's all the time going? Or does it really go anywhere? And today's weather in New Jersey is, I say there's more clouds than sunshine. Cold, kind of like the low 40s, kind of damp out here. We had a lot of rain yesterday. So, moving on, I've got another Blue Zero Hero, Blue Darling story, and once again, a child is paying the price. Some woman out there thought it was a good idea to fornicate with these psychopaths, and here I am reporting this story. So this one, it comes out of Suffolk County, Long Island, and here's the story. It's in the New York Post right there. There's a picture of the poor kid, and it's disgusting what you're going to find out what they did to this poor little kid. Look at him. You know, things always bother me. It's children's eyes. You look at a young child's eyes, there's nothing but happiness and love in their eyes. And these people that do things to these children, I mean, if I had my way, I'd hang this guy. So let me read the story. Thomas Valva, son of NYPD cop Michael, died of hypothermia in garage, police say. This was reported on January 24th. The autistic 8-year-old boy, allegedly murdered by his NYPD cop dad and his fiancée, died as a result of hypothermia after he was subjected to freezing temperatures in the couple's unheated garage overnight, police officials said Friday. I mean, how mean can you be to somebody? I mean, hypothermia is just a terrible way to torture. It's torture. It's torture before you die. This poor little kid. 8 years old. Michael Valva, 40, a 15-year police veteran, and his fiancée, Angela Polina, 42, were charged Friday with second-degree murder in the January 17th death of little Thomas Valva because they engaged in conduct which created a grave risk of death to his child, Suffolk County Police Commissioner Geraldine Hart told reporters during a press conference. You know, this poor kid and this woman, I mean, what kind of woman would do this? I mean, I could almost see a man doing it, because men aren't connected to the kids as closely as a woman is by virtue of the way we're designed. I'm not saying men don't care about the children, don't love the children, are not attached to children. I'm just saying women have one up on us on that because it's just natural. They're the carriers of children. And she did this, she allowed this, she stood by and did this, and allowed him to torture that poor boy who was probably in the garage crying, and they slept and probably did the hokey pokey and everything and had a good time. Thomas was subjected to freezing temperatures in the unheated garage of the couple's Center Moritz, Long Island home overnight when the temps outside were a bone-chilling 19 degrees, Hart said. We believe certainly that Thomas was kept in the garage overnight preceding his death, the commissioner said. Authorities responded to the home on Bittersweet Lane around 9:40 a.m. January 17th after Valve reported that his son had fell in the driveway while waiting for school bus an hour earlier. I mean, how stupid can you be? I mean, he died. They're immediately gonna check his temperature and everything. Valve told cops that his son lost consciousness after the fall and remained unconscious, according to Hart. When officers arrived, Michael Valva was performing CPR on his son in the basement, Hart said. Medics rushed the boy to Long Island Community Hospital, and when he arrived there, his body temperature was just 76 degrees, according to Hart. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. There's a family picture. There's a boy. They blocked everybody else's face out. This poor little kid. And these monsters that are around him. Thomas and his 6 and 10-year-old brothers lived in the home along with Polina's 3 daughters, 11-year-old twins and a 6-year-old girl, authorities said. All 5 have been placed in the custody of Child Protective Services. Yeah, one wonders if he's been molesting them. The sick woman. Sick guy. An investigation of death revealed inconsistencies in timing and nature of the child's injuries, as reported by the father, said Hart, who know that police found that the boy was never in the driveway that morning. Thomas suffered head and facial injuries that were not consistent with Valva's account, and the medical examiners ruled the boy's death a homicide with major contributing factors of hypothermia. You know, he probably beat the poor kid up, probably smacked him around. Hart said investigators believe Thomas, as well as his 10-year-old brother, were subjected to punishment, including food deprivation and exposure to extremely frigid temperatures. We are still investigating the extent of the abuse and if it extended to all other children. According to Hart, police did a welfare check to the home in May 2019, but the family was not home at the time. This case has a bit of department hard. Even our most seasoned detectives, the commissioner said. Thomas' biological mom and Valva's ex-wife, Justina Zupko Valva, was alleged abuse of her 3 children at the hands of Valva. Valva, a corrections officer on Rikers Island, allegedly in an interview with NBC New York that Valva starved the boys, beat them, and locked them in the garage. Unbelievable. Look at this guy. Look at this. This is the asshole that we give a badge to and go out and protect and serve. You know, you idiots out there say, oh, the police are there to protect and serve. It's bullshit. They're not protecting anybody. And where's the good cops? Where are the good cops? Why are they standing up and saying, you know, this guy's no good? They're quiet as can be, you know? Yeah, crickets. That's all we hear. We never hear the good cops get over there and say, you know what, this guy, this is terrible. We don't. This guy doesn't represent us. You'll never hear him say anything. And let's see if the PBA steps up and gives him, helps him with his legal fees. But this guy here, in my opinion, they should hang him. Just take him right down to town square and hang him. As far as the woman's concerned that allowed this and stood by and participated, I don't say hang her. But I definitely would say a good whipping. Maybe a stoning. Good whipping. And then we'll just stick her in prison for the rest of her life with a picture of that poor boy's dead body. So she can look at it for the rest of her life. And be tortured by it. And these poor kids that lived in this hell. So all you women out there, you little badge bunnies out there, think twice before you get involved with these psychopaths. Now, I ain't saying all these cops out there are bad. I know some out there are good husbands, they're good people, they do the right thing, but it's just unfortunate. There's a lot of them out there, and in my opinion, outnumber the good ones that are out there doing this bullshit. And how many more of these stories do I have to report about cops killing their kids and beating their wives up? But mainly killing their kids. I did a story back in the summertime where this wacko retired cop shot his granddaughter, killed her, shot his daughter, killed her, and shot his wife and killed her. How many more stories do I got to report? I mean, there's a problem in the law enforcement community, and all you enablers out there that just keep making excuses for them, it's not working. It's not working with me. I got real eyes, and I see what goes on, and I report the bullshit. All right, people, I'll put the link in the description. You can read the story yourself or search more of the story if you want. I like to know what you think about this. I really do enjoy reading the comments. So the more comments I see, the more I like to read. It helps me formulate better opinions. This is Gunnison Undercover. Till next time, people.